Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kickback Reviews. Insecure. I am here with one member of the Kickback crew, Mr. Jordan, and we are here to talk about season 5, episode 6. Tired. Okay, it just came out last night on Sunday night, Sunday the 28th. This is Monday the 29th. So Tim, man, let's just get right to it, brother. We're gonna skip episode 5 because we don't really care what happened in episode 5. But boys
There's
done.
only one. There's one major thing in episode 5.
It's two major things in episode 5. Molly's mom got sick, and so she had to go to the hospital. And then at the hospital, Issa saw Lawrence and Condola and the baby. That's one thing.
Neither one of them was the big thing for me.
And then the other thing was Issa and Nathan made their relationship whatever the hell you want to call whatever that is. And Issa, let's. I don't think I want to take this episode like point by point. Let's just talk about this shit.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
Issa in episode 5, Issa tells Nathan that she loves him, and
hmm
he doesn't respond at all.
He
And
kisses her.
she feels some type of way about this. And I didn't even know if there was something to feel some type of way about till I watched the after show because I didn't think that the way she said it, like, that's why I love you, or something like that. She didn't even say it in like no real way. So I don't know why she was so pressed about it. And then you think of when the not the opening scene of this episode, which was hilarious, but one of the first scenes of this
Yeah.
episode is them having sex, and she's trying to coach this man into say I love you, and he ain't gonna say it. So let's just get the Nathan Ether thing out the way. What go ahead? Yeah, go ahead.
Did you call her Ether?
Issa, I don't know what I said. I said Nathan.
You get the Nathan Ether thing out the way. I thought you were
Mason
doing her like congratulations,
Mason
uh,
Bethel. Uh,
Mason Bethel.
oh man, good Lord have
No,
mercy.
but no. I think that the one thing that I started with Issa and Nathan, how this episode ended with her essentially hearing from him when she was like, I told you I love you, and she sounds off on him or whatever, and he responds on some real, like, this is one of the most, he wasn't acting right then, like this dude tapped in on this one, like he really was like, you've been doing this, you've been doing that, and then it's like all of a sudden you saying I love you. It's like, what do you expect? What do you want from me? What do you expect? And it's like you're all over the place. But that line only means something if you know about what happened in the previous episode when Nathan and Issa was walking and her mom called and they had a conversation. And after they got the phone, he was like, asking about her mom, and she was like, "Well, I know her pattern. I know how she is. Like, essentially, after she breaks up, she's gonna be all over the place." And he gave her a look like, and she was like, "What? What was that look for? What was that look for?" He's like, "Oh, nothing." And so, like, essentially, he says it at the end of that episode, like, "You all over the place," and he kind of hit her back with the look again, and then she just was like, oh, let me just sit down there. But it's like, nah, bro, let's talk. Let's talk now. You wanted to talk. Let's talk. Let's put it on the table. But now you want to be quiet again when you know you're wrong. And legitimately, like he laid it out in a way that, like, it was so point blank. But you almost wanted to be against him at first. But then when he hit you with that truth, it was just like, ooh, oh, you're right, brother. I got to sign with you, man. Like, give me the Rockefeller chain, but I got to sign. Like, it is.
So what's the one thing that a lot of people say? I just looked at a tweet. No, let me read it. I wanted to put it on the screen, but I don't know how to work technology. Um, it says my thing with Nathan is that he doesn't communicate anything unless it's coming from conflict. Like he feels Issa is inconsistent. Still, he should have said that outside of an argument, or he should have said that at some point. You know, before
Can't
they
argue
became
that.
before they became into a full fledged relationship.
I
And
agree.
so So what you said earlier in the group chat, you were like, yo, watch the first episode of the whole series. So I went back and I watched episode one, and the that Issa from episode one of the series is the same Issa that we're seeing today
Zero growth.
talk to Nathan, and it's about it was interesting because it was almost verbatim to how she was treating Lawrence. Nathan got a lot going on, but she ain't even ask. He's what I'm saying, she didn't even ask whatever, and like that's what he was like yo, you gonna make this about you right now? Like, why is this about you right now when I just told you about whatever happened at work and why I don't trust? Like, you didn't ask why I don't trust these dudes at the shop. You didn't ask what's going on at the shop. You just got mad at me because you heard me say I might be thinking about leaving LA, and now you made it about yourself. And it was one of the things. It was like, oh, when that's the same kind of selfishness that she had when Lawrence was kind of in flux and not knowing exactly what he wanted to do. So that was pretty interesting to see. That was a good callback that you had. And I'm assuming there was more in that episode.
Oh, that
You
car
kind of feel
scene
like,
episode with her, the conversation between her and Molly, the
yeah,
understanding of to see the growth in Molly in this episode, in these last few episodes, from and then even see like where she started from. Molly wasn't off when we started this show. Molly was on. Molly was like they introduced her as somebody that got along with white people, they got along with black people, like they had a really good job. That was able to get, her struggle was just dating. Her
yeah.
struggle wasn't the issues that we just like learned about and she grew into being around Issa all of this doggone time. Issa rubbed off on her. Issa treated her like trash in the very first episode, and like Molly had to tell, like if you listen to the conversation between Molly and Issa in the very first episode when she's sitting outside the house before she like literally wasn't even listening to what Molly had to say after she done sang about the girl broken pussy, and then
Hmm.
sitting in the car texting the Daniel dude so she can go try to get D'd up. And she pouring her heart out. She ain't even listening to it. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
Issa been a problem this whole fucking show, bro, and she ain't grown.
She ain't. Gabby, go on, get in here now. We just touched on the end of episode 5, beginning of episode 6, the whole Nathan and Issa conversation relationship. So let us know what you're thinking, Gabby.
I stand by what I said. I think on the last uh, union we had when I said she got another Lawrence, basically another project, because it's like you said, like he has his issues and she doesn't like she's not learning how to catch the signs of those kind of men and like not go to that. But I do agree with Tim. She for sure is not showing growth. We saw that in the first episode when she was acting awkward during, kind of introducing on the block. What is it? The block,
Yep.
whatever it is. The block. So yeah, she isn't. There is no growth for Issa. But I will say, Molly really just. I really love seeing Molly glow up with her new haircut. She really is like being a way better person. Like when the firm was talking about how when she first joined, they couldn't stand her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about all the other stuff, and she was like, "Really, I was like that." Old Molly would have been looking like, "Did you really, bitch?" Like.
Right.
So she, I like how she's accepted who she was. She takes ownership of like that old, shitty ass Molly, and she now, it's just being her new person. So I like that. Yeah, Issa is really pissing me off. Like I don't know what I was gonna say, pissing me off. She just
She
she's just
doing too
acting
much.
like
She
her regular
always do.
self. Like she does way too much. Like that sex scene was so cringy. I'm like, sis, like why would you even if he said he loves you right now, that's not gonna matter after he busts his nut, like you're
How
not
many
about to feel
how
the
many
same.
how many of us have said a stray "I love you" while having sex? Huh? Sometimes
Exactly.
sometimes it just be that way.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm like,
Nah,
why is
I ain't
she?
never thrown no straight. I love you during sex. That's like not even in the vocabulary, bro. If it ain't supposed to be in the vocabulary, I don't understand what dictionary y'all got open. But that ain't in the vocabulary during that time
You
frame.
ain't never just let a.
If it
Maybe
ain't with the
nobody ever
person I'm
put it
supposed to
on you
say it
like
to,
that.
no, ain't no straight. I love you going out.
If you got the right, I'm just playing now. But yeah, I've known for some ill words to fly out during, the
You know what?
time where it's
Sometimes
like,
maybe
hit.
that maybe in the sexual act is LUV and not LOV.
Right,
You
It
know
ain't
what I'm
even no
right.
saying?
like. It ain't even no like. You talking about some LUV, Like it ain't none of that. Love gas station. We ain't talking about none of that. Nothing. Nah, we ain't coming close. We ain't talking about love nightclub. We ain't talking about none of that.
Mm.
It ain't
I
coming
love
up.
Lucy. Any
Right.
so Molly. Let's talk about Molly. So Molly had been trying to um episode 5, Molly's mom went into the hospital and she got really scared. Obviously, her mom had a stroke, and so she was kind of dealing with that a lot. Being extra Molly at the hospital, trying to be overprotective, find out everything she can, whatever. But also learning about some things she has to let go of, right?
Hmm.
And so my one critique of Molly, and this is something that Black women have to do, that most Black women do, is they believe that they are Superwoman. And Molly didn't tell her people at work that her mom was in the hospital. Like they were getting ready for the retreat, and she was slacking on her part, but she didn't give them the reason why. And so when they got to the retreat in this episode, and she's still kind of slacking and still kind of distracted, people are wondering why. And when she finally tells the Torian dude, he's like, "Yo, bro, like all you had to do was kind of say that, and people would understand. Like, we understand if your mom's had a stroke, we could take some of this off of you, but." That's not Molly's personality. Molly wants to be everything for everybody at all times. So you know that she was going to try to keep everything on her shoulders. And part of the reason, Alex and I talked about this tonight, part of the reason why Molly isn't as trash in this season is because she ain't around Issa a lot. She don't they ain't giving them no opportunity to be trash to each other. Like you said, Tim, when we met Molly, Molly was this woman who had all her shit under control, boom, boom, boom. But then when it came to some parts of her personal life that were intertwined with Issa's, that's when we saw her stuff start whatever. Now, like Molly did the big chop, and her and Issa did their thing, whatever. But now she's kind of back on her stuff and still trying to figure it out, and Issa's not. So, what are y'all thoughts on? Well, Gabby, we got yours. Any more thoughts on Molly and Molly's transition from trash to not so trash?
I think that Molly's been enjoyable to watch this season in a lot of ways. Uh, but to still see her, she's growing, but she still struggles. But like her, while she struggled with certain concepts, it didn't drag her whole life. Like she was able to like find balance in the midst of like trying to navigate a situation, trying to like I'm off balance, but I'm still like okay at least. You know what I'm saying? Like she was in a place to where like a couple of seasons ago, like everything was off balance. Like she couldn't handle anything like happening at one time. So it's enjoyable to see that kind of growth from her. Uh, the Torian thing is weird.
Lucy back.
Like her and
You think
him,
so?
yeah, because like they set Torian up for so long for us not to like him.
Mm-hmm.
And so for it's like for them to come together, it's like, ew. It wasn't even like it wasn't a long. It wasn't even like the fake like I hate you, I like you, I hate you kind of energy. It's just like they all of a sudden cool now, and now it's like now they like each other. It's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like the Max and Cal energy from like Living Single.
Got you.
You
It's like a
understand what I'm
something,
saying?
Yeah,
and I guess
yeah.
part of that too is like, dude, like he said, when they were talking, he was like, I guess in the couple years you've worked here, however long, like we've never talked about anything personal because that's the way they
Right.
made it in the show. Like
Yeah, I
he
mean,
was always the adversary.
I was kind of gonna say like I don't even think it's like a black woman thing of like not sharing. I think that's just a black thing. Period. Honestly, like we are told, you don't have certain conversations in the workplace. So we don't feel it. We don't feel it to be a safe space to be vulnerable, even when we're amongst one another. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you just got to strictly keep it business. You know what I mean? Like you keep business and personal separate. Because he was sharing like that his brother had or no, I'm not gonna say brain. Jesus. He had some kind of cancer, and he didn't he didn't share that when he was going through that either. He just he just
Yeah.
said he was doing whatever. So yeah, I think that's just. I don't think it's like a. I don't want to say it's just like a strong Black woman thing. I think it's just something we do in our community. But yeah, I think it's. I hope they don't try to make them a love interest because it would just kind of ruin things. Like she don't, like for sure you don't need to cross those lines.
She's done it before though. Remember? She did that. She had sex with Lil Rel. Lil Rel was a lawyer.
Yeah, but they didn't end up working together.
True.
He
True.
was trying to recruit her to come to his firm, but she didn't end
There
up
was a
doing it.
firm in
But
Chicago, right?
yeah, but yeah, she for sure doesn't need to do that with him. I like how they showed them having, or like how he didn't just let her look silly in front of for their presentation. Like he covered her on that when she was a little distracted. She could let her fall on her face and look crazy. Um, but yeah, I like how we're seeing Molly. Like she's still human. We're not gonna be perfect, but she's for sure way better off than Issa. Way better off.
At least
Um,
like she's owning her choices. Like this whole
right.
thing was about how people have to own their choices, and even go back like to going to Issa, like swinging that conversation that she had with Crenshaw. Like Jamal, you want to intro that part? Like you want to go from there?
We can yeah, let's jump right to that then. We got hold on, nope. Don't want to do that. Sorry. I was trying to figure out a way to do something else. So in the episode, Issa and her assistant are very excited because they got another kind of black. They have an art walk coming up that's strictly just for the culture art walk, I guess. And they approach this group of young designers they would love to have in the show. The young designers are down with it until they figure out who Issa and them are, and that's the block. And I guess that they are down with Crenshaw's crew. They are influenced by Crenshaw, and since Crenshaw has a beef with Issa, they have beef with Issa. They don't want to do anything work with Issa because of the stuff that Crenshaw has been saying about her. So Issa goes to holler at Crenshaw, and they have a very, very, I would say, important conversation. It goes back to that conversation that we had about um, client relations, client and people, how people work together. And I think one of the things that Krishan said, yo, we had a conversation, you and I, where I felt we were connected. I felt we had the same synergy about how we wanted the culture to be represented. And then I see
Hmm.
you working how you working with nothing but water, and that's not really how I want the culture represented.
When
He
he
also,
shared that part, it was more. Sorry
right.
to cut you off, but it was like, okay.
He also said something that he's like, he said something that, you can't speak for us that way or something like that. And I was like, bro, like, first off, you don't speak for the whole culture. There are a lot of people who would want the opportunity to do things like that. So you can't understand your sphere of influence. But also, it's also like I see both sides, right? I mean, as the artist, you understand the art, but he's like, you didn't care about my art, you cared about your bag. And at the end of the day, bro, it's not her art, it's your art. It's not for her to care about your art like that. You're gonna always care about the art more than the other person. Uh, so she was doing what she had to do for her art, which was blocked, and getting block off the ground and what she had to do. So anyway, they didn't come to an agreement. They still got beef, and I'm assuming that that's going to play a part in the episode or two from down the line. Uh, so yeah, that's basically how that conversation happened. Tim, we'll go ahead and talk about it.
Um, like I think that Issa, like the way it all boiled in, like you said, I can see both sides all the way through until like he made it to where it's like his points outweighed hers. You know what I'm saying? And it came down to the simple fact that of the conversation that they have and what they said that they agreed upon in principle and what she said she represented. like she then went against that in a way that essentially like she could have made a choice to stand by him, and they could have been like, okay, we're agreeing not to do this, and then still did what they did. But she would have been on his side. He still did what he wanted to do anyways, and it ended up winning like he said it was gonna win. So like she could have made another choice to go ahead and just like act like she told him, and then he did it anyways. But she didn't go against him. You understand what I'm saying? She tried to sell him against his own thing
Mm-hmm.
based off of what they said that they think they know, but in reality they didn't, and he proved that they didn't. And so, like in that moment of time, it's just like that's what his points just basically get down to the bottom of like, yo, like if you said you're gonna be this type of person, this is what that standard goes all the way down to. Like, are you gonna really stand for what you say you stand for when it's time to stand for it? And so, like, it left her speechless. You know what I'm saying? It really left her because it was like, own your choices. Like it's okay for you to like make the choice that you made, but like stand in your choice that you made. Don't come back trying to like you bring me apology brownies and shit so you can try to get me. Nah, stand in what you like stand in your shit. The dogs
Yep.
wouldn't be on you. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? The dogs wouldn't even be on you. Just stand in your shit.
So, Gabby, any thoughts on the Crenshaw situation?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I when he gave the background of it all, that they had that sit down and they shared that they are both equally passionate about the impact they want to have on the community, and that um like they saw it that way. I think that was the deciding factor for him to even go with Issa, because he thought, okay, she gets the vision, like she for sure is gonna back this no matter what. And that's it, and I got it when he was saying it. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. So I see both sides, but I more so, like Tim was saying, like for his point was like it was more valid to me, because like if Issa wasn't going to, like, when you're out, or I'm not gonna say an outcast, when you're trying to push the boundaries and like really change something, like you can't be afraid to go against rules, right? Like typically, people who are similar to like a Crenshaw, and like I'm gonna say like Kanye West, like he doesn't have a problem with being problematic. Like
Right.
he's just gonna do what he stands for. And some artists just won't do that. Like they don't want the bad publicity, I guess you could say. But he doesn't care. Like as long as he feels like he stood up for what he believes, he's gonna do it. So I see that in him. And if I'm having a conversation with someone deciding if I even want them to, be a part of what I'm doing, my movement, like for sure you're gonna be looking for somebody that's like on the same page as you. So with Issa, she's always trying to play both sides. She's always trying to be like, I don't know. I just don't feel like she takes shit seriously though.
She don't
Like
take nothing
she
serious.
just does not. She doesn't give me like the like what she for what she's going into, what she's trying to do. Like she has to have the tough skin, and she's gonna have to like he was saying, like you're gonna have to either stand or you're gonna have to decide to blend in. Like you can't, that awkward stuff is just like getting on my nerves. Like it's funny. It is for sure funny, but it's just like for business purposes, like I need to see Issa be like on her shit, like, and she just doesn't do that. Just like
Have
with that
we?
conversation with him, she didn't stand up for like what she actually was thinking. Like she still let him dominate that conversation. And it's like, Issa, like just say what you were doing. Like, maybe if you could argue your point more, he probably would be like, he could rethink it too.
If you argue the
But
point that if I didn't fight for you, you wouldn't have done that shit in the first place. They like she said it once, and it wasn't. And then she said it once, and he didn't really care. But you also have to say it again to the point like, look, bruh, if it wasn't for me, they were ready to take you off. I kept you on, and
exactly.
just because of this. Now, granted, it didn't turn out the way either one of us thought it would, even though it turned out good. I gave you notes, you didn't take the notes, whatever. But that's the reality of the situation, right? Um, If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have had that show. And you might be okay not having that show. But part of the conversation that we had at first was that you wanted exposure. I found a way to give you exposure. Halfway through the process, you found out that there wasn't the exposure that you wanted. And
No,
you
no,
wanted
no,
the
no, no,
exposure
no,
the
no, no,
wrong
no, no,
way.
no, 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 no. He wanted exposure without selling out at the standard of what he wanted to create. Like that's the pit. That's the bottom line of it, and that's what was being communicated. And then that changed. It's not him that changed. Like she changed. The scenario changed. That's not the scenario
Okay.
they agreed upon. He
But
agreed
And,
upon working with you as as is. This is what I'm presenting. No changes to this. This is what I'm presenting.
right, I
true.
gotta go all in. But then also, just like with Issa and that whole deal, like when she was even, negotiating that, like she she was awkward with the whole thing. Like she, tried to go behind dude's back and talk to the other girl, and then she
Right.
was like, "No, I don't make any. I'm gonna have him sit in too." And it was like, "Oh, like she's still being awkward." So she's not. It's just like she got to come harder. She's gonna do that kind of stuff. Like she can't. She can't be. I don't know. Like she can't act how she acts in her personal life with this business stuff. But
No, she can't. And not working with some of the people you're gonna be working with.
yeah, and
Um,
that's the part that just makes me cringe for her. I'll be like, can she like switch it up a little bit just on that part of it? But
we still don't know
I don't
how
know.
old they're supposed to be, right? Because in season one, they were the first episode was Issa's 29th birthday.
29th birthday,
So
right?
if
I'm
this is
not say they
season
in their 30s.
if this is season 5,
They are age at that point.
they
Shoot,
30 like she, she's
They
34.
y'all's age.
34. That's what I'm
She's
saying.
34. Man, Gabby, shut up. Um,
I do love to
so
see, however, the growth of the actual Issa Rae. Like she looks phenomenal in growth
mhm.
compared to like how she looked when she first started this show. Like her jaws were fatter. Like she's grew into herself. She really like you could tell you could see the level up.
Success.
Like wow, amazing, good for her.
And so I
Success
guess, like I
does
said,
that.
I guess we will see. Here's the thing. Here's something that me and Alex had an argument about a year ago. Not even a year ago, longer than that. When the photograph came out with Issa and Lakeith,
Yeah.
boring ass movie.
Oh,
Tim
terrible,
said,
Boring.
yeah.
Nothing happened with that movie. But
terrible.
She looked really good in that movie.
Mhm.
And I said Issa could be like the black girl next door.
Mhm.
Like Daniel,
She's
funny, down to earth,
beautiful.
whatever.
She's a beautiful
Like
girl.
a black girl that you could approach. And Alex was like, no, she can't. I don't think she's like the black girl next door. I'm like, well, then who would be the black girl next door? So, like, who was known as a good just a girl? Was that Jennifer Aniston? Like, was Jennifer Aniston like the girl next door?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union.
No. 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 She
Yeah.
was
So
known as a
Maybe.
mean girl.
Gabrielle was a mean girl. That's true.
She was
And she
never
played
known as
villain.
the
So
girl.
who would be like the black girl next door?
Brandy?
Ooh, Brandy.
No.
No.
Man, Brandy was
No.
Brandy.
Kiki Palmer?
She's known as a diva. Kiki Palmer for sure. For
Kiki
Kiki
sure.
Palmer?
Palmer.
She for sure is that girl next door.
Little Mama?
I love New York. What's your station?
Come on, man. How much down to earth can you get, baby?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Kiki Palmer back to her and let her. We'll argue about that. Okay, so let's talk about.
Wait, did I miss the part? Did I miss the fuck them kids?
No, I was going right to it.
Oh,
Bruh.
I was going right to it. I was talking about not flashbacks because they weren't flashbacks; they were more hallucinations. So, like we said, the episode 5 ended with Issa seeing Lawrence and Carolina at the hospital with the baby, and then episode ended. Boom. This episode picks up. She stops them in a dream sequence, which we later find out it was a dream sequence. We didn't know it was a dream sequence at the time. She goes. She says hello. They make awkward conversation for a little bit. She asks to hold the baby. She holds the baby, and then she shoots. She jump shoots the baby into the hospital, and then kicks
and
Condom in
drop
the
kicks.
chest. How hard did y'all laugh at that? So
I literally died.
how hard did y'all laugh at that?
I
If I had a
laughed.
drink in my mouth, I would have spit it out.
Yeah, I laughed pretty hard at that. It was the second time I watched it. It was the how she did the boy Lawrence though, and she treated the man just like that in episode one, season one, bro. Just it's like no respect for that man Lawrence, bro. She just like wow. That's exactly how she. That's how she feels about that man.
She jumped at that man.
And I said, oh,
I had I watched it. I watched it late last night, so I saw some tweets about like, "Yo, fuck them kids, whatever, whatever." What Issa shot putting the baby, and I'm like, "Yo, what are they talking? Like, this can't be what I think it is." And
Right.
then, and then we turn it on, like, oh, as soon as you come on the screen, she jumped shooting the baby, jump shot the baby. And I thought that was pretty fun. And then the other flashback scene, well, after that, the hospital scene, Issa IG stalks Lawrence, goes to his IG page, and she says, "Oh, he moved back." Which maybe I'm doing too much like internet sleuthing or whatnot, watching things. His post, unless the captions on the post were like, "Yo, I'm back," whatever. His post didn't really say that he had moved back. Like there was one post of the his latest post was of the bridge, so he was flying, so he's flying back to San Francisco. And then the other post was just him holding the kid. So maybe the content, maybe the caption said he had moved back.
yeah. The caption had to have said something.
And then later on in the episode, while she's waiting for her food, she daydreams that Condola comes behind her. And part of what you're saying, Tim, and own your choices is Condola thanking her for the choices that she made in not fighting for Lawrence and
Hmm.
making it so easy for for Lawrence and Condola to get back together.
Right.
She said Lawrence makes $1 billion a month now, and that his dick grew by 2 inches.
Right.
2 inches.
And
Damn.
so that made Issa very mad because she had just had some dick from light skinned Nathan that she didn't like because he didn't say I love you. And so she started thinking about she wanted that old thing back. And then Condola
Yeah. Nathan scenes are not like Lawrence scenes, boy.
Yo, all right, look, man, I ain't trying to be that was like the most outside of the trying to get somebody to say I love you. That was like the most cringiest sex scene I have seen.
That's what I'm saying. It was
Issa
very
scenes are
like
always
uncomfortable.
cringy
It
though.
was so uncomfortable. Like I'm like, damn, Molly is a or Yvonne Orgy is a freaking virgin, and she give a better sex scene than Issa.
Yeah,
I
like,
Now
don't.
she a virgin?
yeah, she a virgin in real
Mhm.
life.
She's a virgin.
Wow, that's amazing.
You can't tell, can you, Tim?
No,
She
that's
got all this,
Yeah.
amazing.
got all the sex looks down.
Right.
But no,
Well,
Issa looks like she is though. Like it's every time awkward. It's just terrible. And then why have they not fixed, bruh? Her outfits are still terrible, bro. Like those
Her
white shoes
lingerie.
with that white
Oh.
the white shoes with that
Oh
sweater.
yes, yes, that was terrible.
Oh, them things was terrible at the end of that episode, man. Yeah, I'm so sick of this, bro. Like, bro, how you got your own
Ooh.
show and you slow on your own show, bro? Like, bro,
Yeah,
them
those
shoes
shoes
be
were not
terrible,
it.
bro.
Those shoes were not
Like,
it. I
somebody
was
help
thinking the same
her.
thing.
I'm sick of it, bro. I'm so tired, bro. I'm so tired of Issa looking trash on the clothes, bro.
I
From
will say though,
season
I
one,
will say
episode one, all the way through, bro. She be having problems, dog.
they were rocking the Ivy Park collection though.
Boy, she had some booty shoes on with it then. She had the booty ass brown shoes on with that joint when she got to the crib and took it off. I said, oh man, them joints was slow too. Bruh, you gotta catch it. Bruh, it's a running thing, bruh. She never be like her outfits, all something be wrong with them, bruh. Like,
Yeah,
ugh.
she did be slipping. The hair be it be hit or miss sometimes.
the hair and the
It's
makeup
pretty.
be the hair and the makeup be cute. They be cute on the hair and the makeup.
Man,
Yeah,
they
it's
be doing
been
on them clothes, bro. Them shoes
some
especially.
scenes be better than others. Like when she had, I don't like to see the little tiny braided ponytail. I was like, they could have did a little bit more. But so every now and then she's a hit, and
Says Gabby
sometimes
with
it
a
just don't.
large braided ponytail
Sometimes it misses.
or braiding. Was that is that what is that?
These are
That's a
braids. These are knotless braids.
my bad.
It's a ponytail.
I don't know women's hair like that. What else? Speaking of sex scenes, season 5, Molly was riding some face when she found out her mom was in the hospital.
My.
That's a
Exactly.
hell.
That's why I'm like, she really be, because it was very like real life. So I was like, Molly knows what to do.
Right. She was giving some kind of correct instruction. You're like, okay, well, you do you do your ABCs and your ones, two, threes, and you go from there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that's a little hint for you, three whippersnappers that watch this thing. Um, so
Whippersnappers.
what,
All right, Grandpa.
um,
Oh
what else we got here? Let's see.
man.
I think okay. So like I think Tim, you said it. Maybe no, Gabby, you said it. One of y'all said. I forget which one. We know the next episode looks like a girls episode where they probably gonna recap a lot of stuff. They're gonna recap some stuff. We'll see some things. In the preview, we saw Lawrence knock at the door with the baby. We don't know the context of that. It could be a flash. It could be a hallucination. It could be one of Issa's visions. We don't know. Um, there was episode 6. We got 3 episodes left, and
Mm.
not a lot of like
That was episode 6. Wait, we have 3 or 4? It's only 9?
That was
four,
4.
four. Okay,
I
my
mean, that
bad.
was 5 brothers. See that?
So we
Yeah.
got 4 episodes left.
That was
Uh,
episode 5 though.
No, that was episode 6.
We did,
Oh.
and we did 5 and 6.
Yeah, we're doing
Oh,
5.
don't get Tim started, because you know he gonna
He's
that's
looking
what
it
I
up right
mean.
now. That's why his camera went up. But yeah, that's so we got 4 more episodes left, and you know what? Issa did say that we are going to be mad at her after this season's end, and I think it's gonna be because it's gonna leave like damn near everything
Unanswered.
untied, unanswered. We won't know much of nothing. I'm
Yeah.
also thinking that Issa and Lawrence ain't getting back together, bro.
Nah.
I
I
hope
think
not, bro. I don't want. Like, you can't start the show with that man getting left by her and then end it with him having to get stuck with her.
Not getting stuck with her.
I think
They are just as they are equally toxic to me.
no, not
No.
Yes, they
no,
are. Yes, they
ma'am.
are. Yes,
No,
they are. Yes, they are.
ma'am.
Yes, they are. Yes, they
It's
are.
Nah.
not even
And I'm still, you know what?
close.
And I'm still pissed off about that. I'm not gonna lie about that whole recap or whatever conversation we had about Lawrence when he had his episode with Condola, and we didn't have a woman on here who is a mother to really shed some light. But I'm gonna let that slide. It is what it is.
Oh,
But
so now you're
yes,
talking about producing with
Lawrence
Condola.
is equally toxic, because I went back and had conversations with women who are mothers, and they
I
literally
had
like,
a mother
I get
sitting
what
in
you're
my room
saying.
that night when
I
we
get what
recorded
you
that.
are
We had a conversation
saying.
about it.
And they were like, yeah, Lawrence, they watched the show too, and they said Lawrence is very much so trash. Like, he is just trash. Issa is trash too. I'm not saying she's any better, but to me, they're both.
It's not equal
equally
though,
trash.
baby girl. It's not
Just
equal.
on different, they just have different circumstances. But yes, it is. He is very. He's
In what ways?
very
In what ways
toxic.
did your friend friend? I'm calling friends. I know you talking about it. Your
Just
friend,
his approach to whatever this fatherhood that he's trying to do, like his approach with that whole situation was just like, yeah, that's not it.
okay.
That's not it. And who about to put up with that, or who wants to? And just the conversation that he had, the blow up he had, it was just like, yeah, no, he was too old for that. Just, I mean, I don't know. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not even gonna go there because I could spend. But yeah, he is equally toxic.
Equal ain't equal.
I don't want them to get back together.
He equally toxic to Issa, or just toxic to Condola. When was he ever toxic?
Toxic to
Issa.
Not okay, not to Issa, but I feel like just the situation, like his shit that he brings, Issa can't handle that.
That ain't got nothing to do with him. You saying he's equally toxic to Issa?
But I'm saying he wouldn't. So he's not. He's gonna still be him. He's not gonna change that about himself for Issa.
I'll give you that. I don't think Issa can't handle being a stepmom.
She won't can't handle She can't handle Lawrence and his situation. They did not need to get back together.
I agree with that part of it, but I'm saying you just saying they equally is trash, and that's
Yeah,
just
They
wrong.
are equally trash.
That's just a wrong
They
for
are
each other.
equally trash.
No,
I
that's
can't go with you
wrong.
on that one. I can't go with. Wait,
Mm-mm.
once we do a full season
Did
recap.
you see season 1, episode 1, Gabby?
Yes, I have
No,
seen
did
season
you?
one,
No, did
episode
you
one.
just watch
I
it
didn't
just
watch it
today?
tonight.
I
Watch it
went back
tonight.
and
Watch it tonight, and then you get back on here.
when Tim said that, I went back and watched it, and I sat down and I watched it, and Alex came in the room, and I was like, bro, like Issa full of shit, dog. Issa is trash.
Bruh, it's way worse than we understand. It's way worse.
He's so
We never
trash.
saw it. I never saw it like this before. This, bro, it's bad. It's like, bro,
No.
bro,
It's
bro.
She
literally
is.
like you're holding up a
She does
mirror
not. She
inside
does
you.
not like Lawrence. Like that's not her person.
It ain't got nothing to do with the Lawrence thing. The worst one is the Molly. She does Molly so bad in that episode, bro. Like she's horrible as a person, bro, in this
No one knew
episode.
she was talking about Molly though.
But Molly
Nobody
knew.
knew. Nobody knew but
Molly
Molly.
knew she drug Molly out to their club so she can go find some
She did
outside
definitely do
pool.
that.
Molly,
Right.
Molly didn't even want to be there in the first place.
Yeah, that's very true.
And then you know what subsequently happened? Molly met the dude who who was gay at one point in his life. And then she was like, "Nah, I don't like niggas that gay." And and then and now that just caused a whole other level of trouble for
Come
Molly.
on, man.
She listened to Issa. Terrible.
True.
Go back. I kind of want to. I should, which I said. I was
So
gonna
so
do.
wait. So wait. So Jamal, I want to hear you say. So you're off the Molly is trash train.
No. She's just less trash.
She damn near ain't trash at all at this point. Now that
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
like,
seeing, now that I'm
she's
seeing how it went, Issa was a bad influence on this young lady's life.
she's done a lot to redeem herself this season. And like I said,
Woman of God.
a lot of that is because she is not in situations where she has to be with Issa. She's not in situations that Issa puts her in, and she's not in situations that she
but
has
she
to help
had her
Issa out
moments. She
of.
had her moments of being a bad friend to Issa too on her own. Like on her own.
Yeah,
Aside
It was
from
all trickled down. See, from what we saw from
aside from
season
what
1,
Issa
episode 1,
did.
it's all started. And Issa never apologized even for that thing from episode 1. She just said, "Hey girl, you got brought some Cheetos and some dip." Is you like what? There ain't no apology, bro.
She brought hot Cheetos with ranch dip. Is
You've
that a
never had
delicacy?
that?
Have you
You've never had that?
No. No, ma'am. Not happening over here. Not at 30. First off, not at 34. Not doing
I've done the jalapeno Cheetos with the ranch.
not at 34, boy. No, son, not happening. Now, granted,
Ah.
we've all had the hood nachos where you got hot Cheetos with nacho cheese on them. That's a delicacy here in South Memphis. But with the ranch, hell no. No, sir. And she didn't say I'm sorry. And in the
There's
car,
the person that eats pineapples on his pizza.
Hey,
goddamn,
wait! Don't you dare
goddamn,
disrespect that! Don't you dare disrespect?
you are
Look at
that.
I need
Don't
Kasia to be
you
on this
disrespect
call.
that! Don't you dare disrespect! Look at that hand.
This is
The hand of the
disgusting.
law.
Who wants
And,
some hot pineapples?
and even in the car, Molly has said, I make you look good because I cover up your shit all the time. She said that
She did say
episode
that.
1 first.
Episode 1.
I was like, oh golly, it's the truth is just out there in your face.
There's no more arguing for
All right, so
Issa at this point.
any
It's
I guess,
over.
I guess we can talk about this, and I guess I should have a barber on since I need to talk about this. But the barbershop scene.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
in any other scene, I understand this is acting. They had a script to show to write. Oh, it would have been a fight. You don't talk spicy the way that dude was talking spicy to not another grown man. Like, nigga, you ain't about to. First off, you ain't about to call me crazy and call me bipolar and call me all this other shit. And secondly, you ain't about to say, "Oh, you can take care of my boo friend because you took one of my heads." Okay, now, nigga, now we really about to motherfucking square up or do something. You calling him out his
That's
other
what
shit.
I was gonna ask. Like, okay, was that really bad? Like, I've never been to barbershop, so I don't know.
I've never seen that scenario occur. Actually, like I've seen people like I've never seen the back end of this scenario occur. I've seen it happen in the front end. Like damn, bro, I just need to get chopped right quick. My dude ain't here yet. Man, I'm just gonna get me right quick, bro. But I
Right.
don't see I ain't seen the back end of the jump. Or I have, and they been like, hey man, I end up getting what's the call for you, bro? Because he had to go. And it just be like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's the only time I've seen it, maybe like one time.
Cause everybody was, well, the dude was looking at him like, "Hey man, you know that's code. Like you're not supposed to do that." So I'm like, "Oh, that's the thing." Cause if I have somewhere to go too, like somebody taking that long, and I need to, get whatever done, and you have the time to do this, like you're here, I'm gonna go to you, whoever's available, real quick. Like I don't have time to wait. So I didn't understand why he tripped so much over
I got a barber on the line, guys. Hold on, wait a minute.
there.
Courtney, can you hear?
I can hear you.
Can y'all hear him?
Hey,
Yes.
Courtney.
What it is?
CJ, what it do, brother?
So here we go. We're watching. Did you watch Insecure last night?
Yeah.
Barbershop scene. Is it a
Oh, did I
scene?
see this? Hold on.
Well,
Oh
it don't matter
Lord.
if you saw
Oh
it.
Lord.
Don't listen though.
It don't matter if you saw it tonight. You worked in a barbershop. You're a master barber. You do marvels with my hairline every time I get a cut. I appreciate you so very much. Is it a sin for one barber to cut another barber's like client?
It ain't a sin unless it's understood. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't like make an appointment with somebody else and you ain't talk to your original barber. Like, damn, bro, like what's going on? And, yeah, I'm going over here. Like, yeah, that's wrong. But if I'm booked up and you ain't got time to wait or something, and you like, I'm gonna go over here to the next barber, that's fine. I understand. But I know you're gonna come back next week. But we ain't made no communication though.
Okay.
Just some things get a little, yeah.
So the scene in which this is this one barber is always late, never on time, and he had two clients who had appointments and they weren't there. So one client said, "If I need to get cut," and he hopped in somebody else's chair, and there was beef.
Yeah, see, this barber fault.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I thought it was barber fault. Okay, all right. I'm gonna get back to this episode. I'll hit you back later.
All right.
Thank you for your expert opinion.
100.
All right. There you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. So they lied. Insecure. Anyway.
Maybe some Cali shit.
It might be some California shit. And that's probably why Nathan did, because Nathan's obviously a Houston dude. But like, yo, bro, like, well, he said, what, I'll take the heat. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it. I'll take the heat. But I guess the whole part of the whole conversation too was not just on the barber code, but how dude came at Nathan with the mental health thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that was petty.
How y'all gonna listen to this bipolar ass nigga? He need to go work on himself. And I'm like, well, how many?
So his homeboy basically, have been talking about him behind his back because dude shouldn't have known that information from what he was saying to Issa.
Right. Right. That's part of. And then also, I didn't like the fact that the shop owner kind of just let this one, like, this dude could be costing you money.
Because he bringing in clients, though.
He a good barber, bro. He bringing in celebrities and this.
He was so soft, bro. He was so soft, bro.
Nigga, like, man up.
Oh, that's that part.
we was tripping off
him. When you know how they be saying on Insta or on social media, like dudes can kind of chase other men for clout as well.
Yeah.
Like, y'all can be, or not y'all, but some men can be a little bit more understanding with other men when they have a certain status or whatever. Like, they'll let them get away with, certain things.
That's a real big bro moment. Like, you can tell that dude calls that dude big bro. And it's not really somebody that's older than him. You know what I'm saying? I bought in James Harden. I bought in Wu-Tang Clan. Nigga. Now, y'all always gonna eat. Now it's gonna be me eating. So you think Wu-Tang Clan gonna wait 6 hours for everybody here? or they gonna go get somebody else
Right.
with a couple different barbers. Nigga, come on, we know that. I know. Well, we know
That
this.
man said
We
Wu
know how
Tang
that
Clan.
works.
Like,
The whole clan
right. Like, I'm like, damn, they still together like that.
The RZA and the Jizza.
and the
That,
Jizzle. Like, come
that the
on
man
now.
is filming Power somewhere. He ain't trying to get his hair cut.
Mm, mm-mm.
Speaking of that, which one is better, the new Power or BMF? Have y'all watched any one of them?
I haven't started BMF yet, but I hear BMF is like that show.
BMF is legit.
I gotta watch it, bro. I'm gonna get
BMF
started
legit.
I'm gonna start it too.
over this
Have y'all watched
holiday
this
break.
show? I'm so sorry
You
to
got it.
say this, but have y'all watched a show on HBO Max called Southside?
No.
That's the
Check it
one.
out,
That's the one in Chicago.
bro.
Right?
Yes,
So I watched the
that
first
show is
season.
hilarious.
I watched the first season when it was on Comedy Central because it was on Comedy Central first,
Oh,
and it didn't get renewed. But people like it had like a cult following or something, and so they
it's
ended up picking
funny.
it up for HBO Max. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's a funny ass show. Like,
Southside.
Southside. No, it's about these dudes that work at like a rent center.
yeah, they be written off the furniture, and on the side they just selling like Viagra or something like
Bro,
that.
it's based in Chicago, but it's hilarious. And
It's hilarious. It's ran by a twin brother, and he got the other brother working for him. Like, it is really funny.
that writing team is two black dudes who on their writing team,
Yeah.
producing team. And they also did this show, Tim. I think I showed you clips from. It's called Sherman Showcase.
Oh
Where,
yeah.
where it's basically a parody of Soul Train.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, those I didn't watch it. I hadn't watched the new season of Southside yet, Gabby, but it's on my
I
list.
think I'm about to start it. But yeah, it's that show. It took me a minute because I'm like,
I'm
dang,
gonna check it out.
I was like, this show's stupid. But then I was like, no, this show is really funny. Like, I'm actually over here like, aha, you know how you just be busting out laughing? No, it's actually really funny.
No, that joke. I told Gabby the other day that when I posted that clip of you talking about you saying Nathan Junt on one of my on Instagram, her laugh was so funny to me, bro. She said she gave one of them big ass laughs. Nigga. I said that's hilarious.
That's funny.
Also, we started watching the show on Tim. This is for you if you can see this comment. Renee.
Bro, I literally just said Donzale Renee Sparks' name like 2 hours ago. That is crazy, Renee. That's crazy.
What happened? Damn, what was I talking about? It's a show on HBO Max called Love Life. It's 2 seasons. It's pretty cool. It's a romantic comedy stuff. Obviously, the first season is about a white woman, but the second season is about a black man. It's pretty cool. What are we? So is there anything? Am I the only one that thinks they're not? We all think they're not getting back together. So do we think Issa stays with Nathan, or does Issa find somebody new?
Her and Nathan not gonna make it.
You think they get back together?
But I got a feeling like I don't. It's just like they'll leave. That'd be like Issa to leave us hanging like that to get them back together with no explanation at the end.
Her and Nathan are not gonna make it. She is trying to be in love with Nathan to get over Lawrence. First off, she's still not through with that whole situation. Obviously,
was that like a revenge? I love you. Cause you ain't been dating Nathan.
Because I was like, right, I'm like, what you love him for? Like when she said that, I was like, why? Because what is he like? I never thought the relationship was even that deep for that word to come out. We get like y'all just lost a dog and you found a dog and it was like a funny moment, okay, but
like yeah, y'all were.
I didn't see it going to the love word. Like I'm like, why did she just say that?
On and off for. Not even on and off dating. Now on and off as friends for however long, and then you get together and you said I love you. Like what? And Nathan said, "Bro, you so all over the place. One moment you crying in my mouth,
crying in my mouth, piling shit flying in my mouth, piling. Get me out of this country, motherfucker. Shit. God damn.
She's going to be alone. She really needs to reflect some more of her life. She needs to reflect on her whole life.
Today in Augusta Heights.
What the fuck is that?
It's hot.
shit, shit flying in my mouth. Pilot, get me out this
Not this
country,
country.
motherfucker.
That shit was funny. Oh
That's
my
one
God.
of that's one of the more classic YouTube videos. That's like one of the first ones you remember ever watching on YouTube.
Yeah, that's up there.
That
That's
one,
up
and the
there.
girl on the train. Y'all ever seen the girl on the train
On
in
the
Get
Martyr?
Atlanta?
out my face! Get out
Yeah,
my face!
it's
Soldier
Soldier
Girl up
Girl. I'm
in.
about to
Yeah,
do
come
my
on, Soldier
thing.
Girl, bro.
Soldier
Come
Girl
on
on the
now.
Martyr, yeah. That one. I
Yes.
remember I don't even know if this was YouTube. This might have been like something else from E-Bomb's World or some stuff like we used to watch it. It used to be so funny, brother. The peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter
Peanut
jelly
butter
time.
jelly time.
Peanut butter
Peanut butter
jelly.
jelly.
Peanut butter
Peanut
jelly.
butter jelly.
Peanut butter
Peanut
jelly.
butter
What is it? From Family Guy. So it'd be Brian doing that shit.
Bro, but like Family Guy was so cold with it though, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like even like Cleveland show, like they did the Rollo did that little act of the reporter. And
Mm-hmm.
so I got that recording in my
Yeah.
phone. The other day I just looked it up. It was in my phone. I was looking through some old stuff and I saw that and I was just crying laughing because he hit the jump so on point. And you know how Rollo's voice was, hey man,
Yeah.
shit flying in my mouth. Pilot. Bro, it's even better because he hit it so dead. I'm talking about it's like word for word, tempo, everything, but it's in Rollo voice, man. It's so cold, bro.
That's
That's
funny.
Oh my god.
and as we do every episode, we delve into some but we delve
Yeah,
tired of
because
talking about them. Nobody care about Nathan and Issa.
it's
Right.
not giving. It's not giving right
Yo,
now.
That was a good episode though.
that was a good episode. It kind of got back to it with that, and maybe we just so used to seeing Issa fall on her face a lot that that's probably what we want to see more. But you know, it's going to be it's going to be very interesting to see where they take the business because if this is going to be a viable business model, we'll see. Does she make up with Crenshaw? Or do they come to an agreement? Not even make up. Do they come to an agreement about what they need to do with that? Obviously, we'll see what this Molly Torian situation goes. I think Gabby's made the point. You probably don't want to get into a relationship with somebody you work with. There could be some things to come with that. Then you do the we'll see if there's any changes with the Molly Issa friendship. We got an episode with the girls. So that means we get more more Tiffany. And well, oh my god, I'm forgetting the name.
Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah, how did I forget that? We get more Tiffany and Kelly. One at least for one more episode. Yeah. And maybe we'll see Lawrence and Issa at least have a conversation. And we'll go. Maybe they don't have a conversation.
I'm like, do they need to have one?
Maybe they get married. I don't know.
And maybe it's really like condoling Lawrence, you know, decided to figure that thing on out. Maybe Lawrence has another girlfriend. Who knows?
What if it's not Lawrence baby?
No, that's Lawrence.
That's
Maybe he want to be Eli and not Ja. Elijah.
My brother.
All right, I'm trying to stretch this thing out so we get to an hour. We're at 58 minutes and 10 seconds. So for a minute and 30 seconds, we can just talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. How was your Thanksgiving, guys?
Swell.
Pretty straight.
Got to see the peoples and spend time with the loved ones, and you know, I didn't eat a whole lot because you know, eating right down here doesn't mix well with Thanksgiving. So,
Right.
Yeah, it's strange.
I ate a good amount, but I drank a lot more. And
so should we be concerned?
no, but it was a lot of water. Yesterday and today and tomorrow. And yeah, you went. What about you, Gabby? You went back to the.
I went home for a whole entire week.
How was that?
For a whole week. It was good actually. I saw a lot of my family because normally when I go home I be in the streets, but this time I didn't. I was at home with my people and they.
Good. Don't be in the streets, bro. Don't be for the streets, Gabby.
I'm not like that. I just mean like,
I know, I
catching
know.
up with
I'm just
friends.
messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
But
Were
no,
you though?
I saw a lot of my people, and it was like people I haven't seen. And I got a little cousin. He got like 2 kids now. I was like, dang, I hadn't seen him in a long time. But it was his birthday. He turned 24, so got to see him on his little grown man. I saw some other family too, but it was good. I ate good. My mama cooked for me. My grandma cooked for me
That's
every
it.
day, just about. It was a good time.
There you go. So
Dope.
before we one more question, then we're out of here. On this Thursday, we have the 3-6 Mafia versus Bone Thugs versus who wins?
I mean, I don't know enough Bone Thugs music
Yeah.
to compete with the amount of 3 6 that I know. So like, I just by that angle, I have to go with 3 6.
Yeah, for me it would have to be them.
I Renee, I bet your food was slamming, by the way.
I
Uh,
know. Yeah, good to hear from you, Renee.
I think that I think 3-6 is gonna win, but I also think that like some
Is
of the
it
three
really a
six,
win or lose with verses though?
I mean they don't declare a winner. It's more public perception, more public whatever. Uh, I think that some of the songs are gonna hit. Obviously, this is not a like a new thought, but some of the songs is gonna hit more for us. Ain't gonna hit the same for other people, right?
Don't matter.
So it's like
Juicy J been waiting on this moment, dog. We gotta support this man, bro.
it's like Tell the Club Up. People might like Tell the Club Up, but nigga, we love Tell the Club. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm like,
it's
y'all
a,
don't think it well, I know it's
like late
pretty
night tip
near
might
and
not
dear to
late
Memphis,
night
but
tip.
like
What'd you
I
say?
feel like I feel like for like especially the South 3 6 Mafia, they gonna for sure it'll hit for other people.
All they gotta
It's
do,
gonna hit
all they
them for
gotta do
y'all, but
is like play the sample version that's being played on the radio right now, because they got plenty of songs in the last 5 years that's been sampled, and then play the real song behind that junk, and
Yeah.
it's just like that's how you tie it in to make the national audience understand. You know what I'm saying? But it's like regardless if you play the song to get the sample, everybody's doing it. Like that's your music. They span a lot of shit.
Well, I told this to somebody because they were trying to argue with me about Bone Thugs being a winner. I said, bro, all 3-6 has to do is play international player anthem
I
because
bumped it
Juicy J
today.
produced that.
I played it
And
today.
And so they can play Crossroads, they can play First of the Month, they can play whatever they want to with Biggie and Pac, whatever. When he drops International Players Anthem, actually he gonna drop the Project Pat version first, and
Yes,
then he
sir.
gonna go
Come on now.
into International Players Anthem. That's a dub. The game is
You got an
over.
actual DJ and producer in the group itself. Like they can like make this work, bro. I'm telling you, they gonna have. Don't be about the performance. Be about the mix. I hope they were about the mix on the way up, because Juicy J been begging for this since it started, bro. This man been annoying in the comments every time,
Yep.
like every single verses, bro. So he got his wish. I hope this man come to clown, bro. I
I
really
don't
No,
do.
think
he
this
was.
is a good matchup though, but
I don't either, but I still want to see them folks clown.
yeah.
I'm
I wish that was
on
against like no limit or Cash Money.
I do too.
Oh,
I do
That's
really?
who
too.
that should have been. That like the old Cash
I ain't
Money,
even
but
gonna
that
lie,
was,
that actually would have been a good one though. Like
yeah,
that would have been a good one. Although I don't think they would have. Well,
that wouldn't be Cash Money, because Cash Money you include,
Too much Wayne stuff.
yeah, Wayne. It's
yeah.
too it's
Too
too
much.
heavy. But if
It's
you
too much
go
Wayne and Juvie.
No Limit would have been good though, because that could have get you some Master P in there. They could have got you a little bit of
Yeah.
like, but it still would have been like,
Mystical.
yo,
No limit. No limit. No limit would have hit you with a lot more mystical. Mystical had big hits. Obviously, like Master P, The Last Don, that record right there is crazy. Yeah,
Snoop,
the Snoop Junk, the Big C Murder records. I mean,
yeah,
Silk himself had 3 big records. So they could hit you with a lot,
Romeo.
but it would have been a much better. It would have been a much better jump with No Limit. But we gonna be here at the crib watching. I wish I could like live stream.
Wait,
I
how
don't know
was the
how that shit.
Millennial Tour?
The Millennial Tour was fine. Ashanti looks good as
All
ever.
right, man.
Ashanti look good as ever.
Did
Yeah,
Bow Wow
Ashanti.
tear the Bow Wow tear the club up?
Bow Wow
Yeah,
did.
Bow Wow had that joint lie though. Bow Wow had that joint
Bow
lie.
Wow.
Don't even
They
lie.
they took Soldier Boy off, so they
I
extended
saw
some
that.
people's set limits. Like as much as I liked Pretty Ricky, they were on for a little bit too long.
Okay, and about taking Soldier Boy off, do y'all think that was like necessary or like
Most
I
definitely.
I don't think it was necessary.
really? You don't think
If you want,
you don't think
if
he's
you
been
wanted Soldier Boy
disrespectful?
to be seen again,
I don't know. I don't know if I mean there were ways they could have got him in and out, but I get it. They
But
made
you
the
would have
right
wanted
decision.
him to come to Memphis, even though he disrespected.
I mean, niggas disrespect niggas from Memphis every day.
But still,
now
this
what?
was fresh. This was like really fresh, though.
Now what happens
you're
to them
talking
when
to the
they get
wrong
here?
person. You're talking to the wrong person about that.
Right, that's true. That is very true.
Wrong
Really? I
person.
thought we had conversations about this.
No,
But
I'm
what?
saying you're talking to the wrong person. You're talking to Jamal. Jamal's take on this is gonna be like whatever.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
yeah.
my take is gonna be like, yo, if Soldier Boy wants to come here, knowing the dangers that he's in, then let him come.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's, it's,
He's
it's whatever.
a grown ass man. He can make his own grown decisions. Why would you need to make a decision
If
for
he
him?
want to put his life on the line, that's on
Right.
him.
That ain't for you to stop that. That's him. You
but
want to play them
but
games?
yeah,
Let him go.
we need to stop that just so it just as a city just be more another death. Like you know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's why we had to just stop it. But
Man,
other than that,
boy,
you know.
they would have a fit if Memphis took Dolph and Soldier Boy in the same week. Nigga, they would
Woo.
take us off the map.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, be
Ain't
heading on
nobody
out of
coming
here.
there.
Ain't nobody coming to me. We ain't doing no tours here. Get them out.
Ain't nobody going to do nothing in Memphis.
Wale would have canceled his show in March. Oh my God. I just saw this. And this is
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
Wale
tell
coming?
I'm gonna tell Roy this. Maxwell, Joe, and Anthony Hamilton gonna have a concert here in March too.
Maxwell Joe and Anthony Hamilton.
All the aunties. All the aunties.
Wow. Some big draws getting thrown on that. You know what
All
I'm
the
saying? Yeah. But
Some
I
double B
listen.
bras, huh?
I wanna know.
me and
I
Alex,
wanna
me and Alex went to
know.
them. We went to the Maxwell Mary J. Blige concert at the Forum a couple years ago.
Did I go to that?
You might have everybody. I mean, one they were giving tickets away.
Yeah, most likely I was there.
And boy, let me tell you, aunties were out.
Ain't that like a good auntie concert now?
Not like a good auntie concert at all.
Cause you can just people watch it. Them drugs, man. You can see them outfits, boy.
Look at this, man. Why have I put this on the screen? First off, I hate that word.
Oh my God, Renee.
I'm gone.
Yeah, it's time to go to bed.
On that note, we are out of here.
Got the tape.
Renee just gonna take it too far every
time, just too far. We go see y'all next week. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more to talk about with the insecure thing. But I want to thank Gabby. Want to thank Tim. Want to thank Issa Rae. I want to thank Issa D. And
Issa to do.
Issa the trash. And we will catch y'all next week. Peace.